Ep10.
Alright, what's up, man? How's it going?
What's up, brother?
It's so authentic and real.
It is.
We didn't talk about this beforehand, which we didn't. So what's up, man? How was your one command this week?
Interesting. It was.
Right, one command is.
So let's review. Yes. So the one command was basically, or is, the actual command is saying, I don't know how something is going to happen. I just know that I do now. And thank you, I am fulfilled, and just kind of, let that go to the universe. And I did that.
Hold on, is this like a prayer or affirmation? Just to clarify.
It's more of a.
It's not really a prayer.
I guess you could. I think you would lean more towards a prayer.
Prayer.
It's not necessarily an affirmation, but it's like they call it a command because in Theta you use it as a command.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
You're declaring something.
Okay.
So it's almost like yes, you're commanding God or you're commanding the universe, but I look at it more like you're putting in an order to something.
Okay. Order, like a restaurant.
Exactly. So it's like, hey, look, I deserve this. I'm putting in my order, and I am ready to receive it. We use a command only because it comes in a declarative, so we know it's just like instead of asking, prayers are usually asking, like, oh, please let this happen, please. Instead the energy is a little bit different, where it's just like a knowing that, hey, it's
cool.
I don't know how this is gonna happen. It's just gonna happen.
But it's not like an entitlement thing. Like I command you to do this. It's still
no, not from like an egoic or like, hey, let me control you, like dominate.
That just makes it worse.
Right.
Okay.
It's it just comes from a place of yes, this is what it is. It's a command, and it's not a specific type of domination or submission type of thing, right? I mean, I don't know how else to really say it.
Okay.
But yeah, so the way that I tested it, or I used it last week, I don't recall everything that I commanded. I think one of them was I didn't know how I was going to be able to pay for my bills this month. I just know that I do now.
All right.
And one of the things I'm doing that actually kind of came out of that was I've got some job interviews. Like I went to an interview today. I've got two interviews tomorrow.
Oh, congrats, man.
Which is, it's pretty cool because I was like, wow, I didn't know I could get so many interviews so quickly. And then another one was I wanted to juice. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to drink some juice this week.
I'm looking at a blender right now. I mean, is this it? Is this a juicer?
No, that's not my juicer.
Oh, okay.
But that is a blender. That is, I don't know whose that is, to be honest. But what happened was Bridget came up with the idea, like, hey, should we want to go get some veggies? And we're like, all right, cool. So we went to that Smith's farm.
Oh, okay.
And then we picked some stuff up from over there. We went to Trader Joe's, picked up some stuff from there.
Okay.
And then we juiced. And I was like, all right, cool. And then the next day, my buddy Jack came by, and he brought his whole, like, I guess he went shopping the night before. He brought all his veggies over, and then we juiced again.
Cool.
And this is kind of interesting too. I didn't one command this, but I thought about it. I had this friend. He was holding a party for his. He has a baby who just turned 100 days old.
Oh, okay, cool.
And I wasn't planning to go. I was like, you know what, Bridget's working. I don't have a ride. Just leave it. But I kind of wanted to go. And I didn't have a ride. And everybody's out in Roland Heights, Hacienda.
It's pretty far.
Pretty far from here, Tustin and Irvine. So the party was in West Covina. So it's like if they came to pick me up and go back, it didn't really make sense. Yeah. But Jack volunteered to come, and he was like, hey, let's get some juice. And then he brought the juice over, and then he picked me up, and we went back, and I was able to go and hang out with my friends and see them and celebrate the whole 100 days with this kid. And and I surprisingly saw a bunch of people I haven't seen in like 10 years.
Really? Wow.
Maybe not 10, maybe like 5, 6, 7 years. I haven't seen them, and it was just like, wow, it's like a lifetime ago, and I gotta just hang out with them, and that was kind of cool. So I don't know if that's a one command, but it was my manifesting power, I guess, has leveled up. So to speak.
Cool, man.
Right, like if there were such a thing.
Okay, leveling up.
Yeah, it's like a level up, right? It's like one of the skills. It works that way. But how about you, man?
Cool.
What did you experience?
Well, yeah, sure. I got my phone.
Nice.
The new Moto G phone.
Okay, cool.
And second generation. I think, was I talking to you about it last week?
Yes, you were.
How I was waiting for it and they came out with a new one. And
yes, you did tell me that.
You know, I bought it last week and it was like I didn't know which phone I was gonna get, like finally, but it was like I didn't know how it was gonna turn out, but I just bought it anyways. I don't know if that counts as a one command thing.
Sure.
But I feel pretty good about it. There's some things about my old phone that I kind of like better, but there's a lot of great things about this new phone because it's on an Android platform and they have more apps.
Okay.
So I feel like, oh wow, I'm treating myself nicely, and like I feel like, oh wow, I really deserve this.
Okay.
You know, and it feels kind of like luxury, and I really appreciate it.
Okay, cool.
You know, I felt bad about like not using my old phone, but you know, I still use my old phone. It's like just having two computers or something.
Okay.
So that's cool. Another thing, obstacle, a big project I was working on was planning a trip to Florida for a conference.
Yes,
And
I remember that.
There was a lot of stuff going on, like I was thinking if my parents wanted to go, if I wanted to go to Disney World, if I wanted to do this arrangement. There are so many arrangements, and it's such a big decision to go to Disney World with family because it's a $3,000, $4,000 deal.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like, oh, I'm not sure if this is gonna go. And the guy I was going to share a hotel room with, and he was like, oh, I don't know if I have the money right now. And there were just so many open-ended questions, and I really like to have things like, hey, you know, like this is how it's gonna be. All right, set it up. And my one command was just, hey, I don't know how it's gonna work out, but I just hope that it's gonna work out and I'll have fun in the process and everything will be fine. And you know, as time went on, the answers just kind of revealed themselves. Like, oh, okay, we can't find hotel room. All right, let's just postpone the vacation. Oh, okay, so you don't have money. Oh, okay, you do have money. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, this hotel room is out. Oh, this. It's like as doors closed up, the answer became clear. Like, okay, so. Obviously this won't work, so we'll just book this flight. Oh, this hotel it's too expensive, so we'll book this one.
Okay.
And eventually the answers just came to light.
Right, so everything just kind of fell into place, so to speak.
Yeah. I wanted it like really early on. I wanted the answers at first.
Right.
But I think it's a lesson about, hey, like sometimes you don't have the answers right now.
Right.
But you'll find them later.
Right. It'll happen. Okay, cool. Very cool. What else? Anything else?
I had like a nightmare today. This is like not related, but like I had a nightmare. I was being shot, you know, through the chest and stuff. Maybe you can do some data on me later.
What the heck?
Like, yeah, it was really scary. And I think I felt like betrayal by my parents or something like that.
Okay.
And then I woke up. I was so afraid. I was afraid of mirrors. I thought there were demons in the mirrors.
Oh wow.
And like I couldn't even like go out my door. I was just really afraid and.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really weird.
When was this?
This is this morning.
Oh, this
at
morning.
At like 4 a.m.
Wow.
And stuff, and I wasn't really sure. I was talking to this client this morning, and I had a phone call with the contractor. I was thinking like, hey, is it the energy with them? I'm not sure. I don't know what the energy is for. Why is this sudden disturbance?
Okay.
But yeah, it was crazy, man.
Okay. Okay, we can look at that. I think we should probably stop the camera and do that as another session.
Okay.
But
yeah, not everything's all handy dandy. I just wanted to be like, hey, there's fun stuff in our week, and then there's also stuff that's like kind of messed up too.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to show like the light and dark, you know.
There's always there's
like,
always there's the downside too. I mean, I've noticed a lot of people are like I have a friend who is just, I guess in a sense I see myself in him. But he's going through just a very shitty time, so to speak. Just like, you know, feeling down, feeling bad, just like is this ever gonna end? And that's kind of been my struggle with finances, right? Like this whole period of time where you know, I really got to a point where like on Sunday I was really just down and out. Like I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to deal with it. It was just like, it didn't matter what everybody told me. Like even, like normally I go to people or like I'll watch a Brendan Burchard video. I'll feel better. I'm like, all right, cool, back on track. I had a friend, Robert, who's a big law of attraction, The Secret, manifesting, positive thinking kind of guy.
Yeah.
And just has a lot of energy and just really happy. And, you know, usually after I talk to him, I feel a lot better.
Okay.
But, you know, he was telling me everything that I knew conceptually, right? Like, you got to think positive. You got to be grateful for everything. You got to appreciate what you have. Don't focus on what you don't have. Things of all these things that I know up here.
Okay.
Yet the problem was I couldn't feel it in here.
Yeah. You know, that's the problem with a lot of people.
Yeah.
So what'd you do?
So what happened was, to be honest, it was kind of weird because after like I talked to him, we spent the day together.
Yeah.
And then I was going home. Me and Bridget were driving home, and a bunch of just stuff came up.
Okay.
Like I was feeling down. She was feeling down. We were both like real frustrated with our money situation. It's like, oh my God, every time I make money, it just, even if I make $5,000, it's gone. Like we got rent, you know, we got rent. At the time we were in an apartment that cost $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
Rent, bills. I'm in, you know, probably about $25,000 in debt right now.
Yeah.
Plus I'm paying for this timeshare that's costing me like $300 a month. Yeah, a month, and I've only used it. I've used it twice. I've used it twice this year, and I'm like, I've already used up all my points. It's like, wow, and I've probably spent almost $5,000 for 2 vacations. So a lot of that like eats me up, and I'm like, oh crap, my next. And every month, you know, it's like, oh, I got that payment coming up, and we just got into this. So my wife and I got into this argument regarding money, and it was just this big old thing. And then what happened? We ended up working on it. Like we worked on the issue. So I mean, so we got mad. We kind of did our own thing, and I was, you know, these past few weeks I've been going out I've been fortunate to go out every weekend and be able to see friends. And you know, last week I had my baby shower in Vegas. I had a cool Vegas trip. I got to go see my friends this past weekend, and then the weekend before that I went to a barbecue for Labor Day.
Been working all the time.
And she's been working every week, so she's like, well, we never have money and you're going out all the time.
Yeah.
That's not fair. And I'm like, well, it's not like I'm going out with my friends and paying for all this. You know, I still don't have any money. It's just I'm fortunate that I'm taking care of.
Yeah, I can see how she would be jealous.
You know, yeah,
even though
absolutely.
It's like not like you're spending.
Yeah, absolutely. I get it too.
Yeah.
You know, and the thing is, I've asked her to come. She chooses not to come with me.
Yeah.
But she also has work.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, I get it. You know, especially since we've moved here.
Yeah.
So I get it, and you know, and she hangs out with her friends too.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. Like when I went out, she went out with her friends too. I don't know. I guess it's not as fulfilling for her, but I guess that's not the point. The point is that we don't spend time with each other.
Oh, okay.
As a couple going out, you know, on dates or whatnot, because all our money goes to whatever, you know, rent and bills and all of those types of things.
Okay.
So that kind of got me like, all right, well, you know what, I do need to do something now. So that's why I've taken action to get a job, you know, even if it's temporary, even if it's something that I may not love doing. But it's something that, you know, I believe that it's something that, you know, steady income is important. Money still is important just to have coming in, and I can still do what I want or what I'm passionate about in the hours afterwards.
Cool.
So that's kind of the downside, you know. That's our biggest struggle is the whole money thing as of this point.
Okay. That's why we're here.
That's why we're here. This is what we're working on, and it's a process, it's a journey, and I'm fortunate and I'm grateful now to have gone through this past weekend with a new attitude and just a new perspective on things, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Alright,
Anything?
that's-
Yeah. I think that's unless you have something that you want for next week. Is there anything that you want to?
I'm not sure. We'll talk about it.
Okay.
I don't know if
'Cause,
this recorded. Yeah, I did.